In this video, we're going to talk about one of the best exercises you can do to engage those middle back muscles and start to provide support for the middle back. The benefit of this is that it's going to take strain off your lower back. It's going to be helpful if you've got any other postural issues, rounded shoulders, etc. And it's just going to help instill some of the practices, some of the engagement strategies that will really help us long term when we're working out to keep our back nice and strong. We're specifically going to be working the muscles in this area, the blue section, the thoracic spine here. And these muscles are going to help hold us out, hold our spine in good posture. It's all too often, especially with the activities of daily living that we have nowadays, for this section to round over, and we really create a strong apex in this region, and that can be the source of a lot of middle back discomfort. But also, as we see the weight of our head and upper body starts to shift forwards, we increase the stress and strain on our lower back, and this just isn't ideal. Now, people will make arguments for and against posture's impact on lower back, but it's all mechanics. And if we can be in a better position, why would you not choose to? And choose to do simple and effective exercises that are going to help you do that well. So we're going to go through 3 steps that are going to help you do this exercise as effectively as possible. We're going to need a band for the last step, but the first 2 you can do right now. You can pause the video, do it along with me, or you can do it at another time to really help you think about engaging this section of your posture. It's going to be really, really helpful. You can do it after you've been at the desk for a long period. You can do it as part of your specific workouts, obviously with the use of bands or resistance to really challenge those muscles a bit more effectively, but it'll just help you really feel the engagement and feel the good posture. Now let's get into point number 1, which is going to be the chest pop. All right, so this first one, we're going to just wrap the band around our chest. And this is important because for the chest pop, we need to do it effectively. And sometimes people think, what are you talking about when they talk about the chest pop? Well, what I've got is I've got this band wrapped around my really lower thoracic spine or mid-thoracic spine, right at the bottom of where your breastbone finishes and you go into the soft bit, the solar plexus. And the reason I'm doing this is just to show you the direction that our chest should be popping in. So I've got this here, and as we pop our chest out, we should be going up towards the corner of the room in that direction. So the chest pop should simply be like so. And we're popping out like so. And you might even feel, or should even feel, if you do this with the appropriate vigor, you're going to have to engage your core muscles, but you're also going to feel these back muscles in the middle back, where the band is on my back, start to engage a little bit as well. And that's getting that starting point. Now, for this specific exercise, you're going to be doing that quite a lot with each repetition to really enhance the engagement. But for many other exercises, doing a little chest pop before we start will really, really help you engage the back muscles with the core, and then use that as a strong base for your muscles to act off, whatever the exercise, whether it's a deadlift, whether it's some other sort of upper body exercise, whether it's a squat, whatever it is, this will help. So just as a disclaimer, I'm just using this to show you the direction of pull. You don't need to do that when you're doing this exercise. And what you also might notice is when you first do this exercise, you do that chest pop correctly, you might hear a few clicks or pops coming from your sternum on the front here. You might hear a few clicks and pops coming from the back as you reorientate those vertebrae and the rib joints, etc. And that's really a sign that maybe we've been rounded over for a little bit too long. So one little recap: the chest pop from the side, we're stood up relatively tall, not over the top, and all we're doing, head, eyes straight ahead, and we're just popping the chest up and out, up and out. And you can over exaggerate as we come back down. We pop up and out and really engage. The shoulders get depressed a little bit, the rib cage comes up and out, your chest moves up and out, and our whole body weight goes from down and back. You see my rib cage is behind my pelvis if we over exaggerate it here, and then we come up and forwards. And that just makes everything engage, and you will feel the strong contraction from all of those muscles. It feels good, it feels right. So you've learned number 1, and even got a bit of engagement of the correct exercises or of the correct muscles with that simple chest pop engagement. Now we're going to add in the movement, and this is going to be shadowing. The reason that we do shadowing is with this exercise in particular, we've got the band set up for a moment's time. With this exercise in particular, people will often supplement good form for more resistance, in so much as you're not quite feeling it, so we just add on more resistance, more weight, more challenge, rather than getting the exercise correctly. So we've got the trunk movement of the chest pop. Now we get the arms in, and we just have them hanging by our side, 90 degrees at the elbows, because we're going to be holding on to something later. And as we do the chest pop, we just open our arms, like so. And as we do that, we squeeze these muscles. You're going to feel your lats working, the muscles of the middle back engaging a little bit more. Again, our shoulders are coming down. They're not coming up. We're not coming up like this. We're coming down. The chest is the only thing that rises, and the shoulders depress as we come out into this position. And that last little movement there, the chest pop, you can see my arms opening out as we're doing this here to really get the squeeze, and hold it there and then relax. Now, doing just these on their own, it's not going to build you muscle, no. but it's going to help you learn to engage the exercise. And if you do that a couple of times, maybe 5, 10, 15, 20 times, you're going to find that you can actually make those muscles really start to tweak, really start to fasciculate, really start to shake, really start to engage and fire. And that is really, really important. Sure, it's not going to build the strength, but it's helping you get that mental hook of I did a movement and I felt where it was working. Now we can move on to step number 3, which is going to be adding in that resistance. So in this video, we've got the handy door anchor. This is just a little thing with a thing on the other side. You stick it in the door and it provides you with an anchor using the door. Make sure if you've got one of these at home, you're using the door closed, maybe locked. Last thing we want, particularly with this exercise, is someone to open the door and boom, right in the face. Not gonna be a fun time. You can also get a band, wrap it around a banister or some sort of immovable object at around about this sort of chest height, approximately, maybe up to sort of your nose level or eye level. Anywhere in there is going to work. You might find what works best for you by just moving it up and down a bit so you can do this exercise most effectively. And what we're doing here is we're using resistance now. And you've got to find the right resistance for you, but always work from a basis of getting the technique right first and then adding resistance on. Once we've got a nice grooved chest pop with the movement, with a little bit of resistance, it starts to become more habitual and we can then add on resistance without sacrificing form. So if we start off, grab one hand on each band and simply face the door. I'm going to put my back to you while I'm doing this and you guys can see exactly what I'm doing. And if we were to over-exaggerate it a little bit, we'd be rounded over like so, and then we'd come out up to the top, rounded over like so, and then out over the top. You don't do those sort of exaggerations when you're doing the exercise properly. Maybe you're 5 sets of 10, 5 sets of 15, but just doing it once or twice in an over-exaggerated manner really helps you feel almost the transformation with a very negative, bad, rounded posture, inefficient, compressing all the stuff in here, adding extra force onto our lower back and our leg muscles into a very powerful, upright, strong, stable, engaged posture and all the benefits that's going to give you. So give this one a go and really see how it works when you fit all of those 3 steps together to do this exercise competently. If you don't already have a band set, there'll be a link up here. You can get those, a full set with the door anchor. But this exercise is a fantastic one to add into your back strengthening routine. It's working in an area a little bit higher than maybe the lower back and the other exercises that you're doing, but it is going to help integrate everything nicely. If you have given this one a go, maybe some of the chest pops or some of the shadowing while we're doing this video, let us know in the comments. Did you feel it engaged? Did you feel the difference between this sort of posture and really opening out like so? It really, really is something that it just can't be understated. It's something we need to do more of. So if you did find this video helpful, give us a thumbs up. Consider sharing it with someone that you know could benefit. Maybe you've seen them at those parties or some of those photos that you've taken while you guys have been out and they've been rounded over like so. They need this, share this video with them. And remember, you can subscribe to the channel to stay up to date with all the latest videos. We'll see you in the next one.